Good afternoon. This is a Country Report project of France, a presentation by Blaine Campbell. France is found on the western edge of Europe, bordered by the inlet of Biscay, the North Atlantic Sea, within the west, by the English Channel within the northeast, and by the North Ocean within the north. France borders Belgium, Luxembourg within the northeast, Germany, Switzerland, and Italy within the east. The Mediterranean Ocean, Monaco, Spain, and Andorra within the south. In expansion, France offers oceanic borders with the joined together kingdom. Metropolitan France, or Terrain France, covers a region of 5,051,695 kilometers. It incorporates the island of Corsica. Compared, it is more than twice the measure of the joint together kingdom, or more than twice the measure of the U.S. state of Colorado. France encompasses an add up to populace of 67.4 million individuals in 2021. 65.2 million tenants in the metropolitan France, the Europe portion of France, also Corsica, and 2.2 million in its broad locales: French Guiana, Guadeloupe, Martinique, Mayotte, and Reunion. Other major dependencies are French Polynesia and New Caledonia. The capital of France is the largest city, and it is Paris. Spoken language is French. A brief history. Since prehistoric times, the region knows that it is known today as France has been the scene of trade, travel, and innovations. Three basic European ethnic stocks, Celtic, Latin, and Teutonic, Frankish, have blended over the centuries to make up France's presentation population. Today, France is one of the most modern countries in the world and is a leader among European nations. Since 1958, it has constructed a presidential democracy resistant to the instabilities experienced in earlier parliamentary democracies. In recent years, its reconciliation and cooperation with Germany have proved central to the economic integration of Europe, including the advent of the euro in January of 1999. Presently, France is the forefront of European states and is seeking to exploit the momentum of monetary union to advance the creation of a more unified and capable European defense and security apparatus. France is the most visited country in the world, with 89.4 million foreign tourists in the year 2018. The president of France now is Emmanuel Macron. He was a French banker, a politician, and elected president in France in 2017. Macron was the first person in history of the Fifth Republic to win presidency without backing of either the socialist or the Gaullist. And he was France's youngest head of state since Napoleon. The primary education. Formal schooling in France starts early as age 3, and when many children attend kindergarten, maternal, daycare, prematernal is available from age 2. While prematernal and maternal are not mandatory, all children must be enrolled in school by the age of 6. Primary schools consist of 5 years of study, from the age 6 to age 11, like a U.S. elementary school. Secondary education. After primary school, students move to the second level, which is divided into 2 stages. The first stage, the college, is composed of 4 years of study for students ages 11 through 15, like a U.S. middle school. Students receive a brevet des college upon its completion. After the college, students attend the lycée, which is high school, for the final 3 years of secondary education. Students then take an examination to receive the baccalaureate, BAC qualification. The baccalaureate is equivalent to a U.S. high school diploma, but differs in that it requires preparatory study. Now, the teacher's education has a rule in primary schools in France. Teachers do not specialize in a particular subject but are responsible for teaching all subjects to their class. However, if a team of teachers agree, the teachers may collaborate and teach students by subject depending on the skills of each teacher. Teachers are prepared to teach at either primary or primary levels depending on their preference and the availability of the jobs in the area where they wish to teach. In 2014, there were 3,030,500 primary school teachers in the public sector, 83% of whom were women. The average age was 42, and 12% were working part-time. Educational institutes in France are viewed to be quite strict as students and teachers maintain a very professional attitude. In contrast, schools in America promote interactive learning and usually have a friendly environment. You may be wondering if people from these two countries could live together or not. But know that when it comes to friendliness and acceptance, the French are welcoming as Americans. Relations between the United States and France are active and friendly. The two countries share common values and have parallel policies on most political, economic, and security issues. The French support NATO modernization efforts and are leading contributions to the NATO response force. Here is a speech communication table that I found. I thought it was really kind of cool. When American says, the French understands when it really means, and switched around on the other side. So, like, it's all right. I did a good job. It's a poor job. It's good. I did a very good job. It's barely okay. It's awesome. I surpassed expectations. It's a good job. When a French says, it's not bad, the American understands I did a terrible job. What it really means is it's a pretty good job. It's good. It's barely okay. It's very good. It's fantastic. I surpassed expectations. In reality, a French almost never says this. This is the Eiffel Tower. Now, the Eiffel Tower is a symbol of France. The capital of France is Paris, and this is Paris at night. We want to thank you for joining my station here. And one more thing for you. The name is Conehead. We come from France. Thank you for joining me.